Hey everybody, I'm Judy the YouTube Lawyer. Today I'm going to start reading part of a transcribed interview with Luis Rivera from 2016. And I thank you guys all for waiting. Sorry to be a little bit late. Originally, I thought this was a deposition, but it's actually an interview with investigators. And this is dated October 4th, 2016. As many of you guys out there already know, law professor Dan Markel was shot by hitmen on July 18th, 2014, and Luis Rivera was one of the hired hitmen. The shooter is believed to have been his friend Sigfredo Garcia, who has been sentenced to life in prison, and Luis Rivera, because he became a witness for the state, is now serving a total of 19 years in prison for his role in the murder as well as for unrelated drug charges. So let's get started and we'll see how much I can read today. As you can see, I don't have my wonderful co-hosts with me today to help read. So hopefully I'll be able to read through about 25 to 30 pages before calling it a day, and we'll continue later with the help of other subscribers. So it says, in re State of Florida versus Catherine Magbanua, Luis Rivera on October 4th, 2016. Proceedings. Investigator Sanford, inaudible. Where did you get the coffee at? Unknown female. Oh, well, I know people. I got it from the kitchen. Investigator Isom. Did you get to eat again last night? Witness. No, sir. Isom. You just came straight back? Witness. Yes, sir. I'm assuming the witness is Luis Rivera. Sanford. They didn't feed you nothing? Sorry. Unknown female. And you don't have any canteen, do you? Witness. Inaudible. Canteen. Sanford. Sorry, that sucks. Isom. What time did y'all get back here? Witness. Like 12, something like that. Sanford. Well, you did better than we did. Unknown female. Do you want to sit here and I'll sit down here? Mr. Collins. That's Luis Rivera's attorney. Mr. Collins. Yeah, I guess so. Inaudible. Unknown female. Do you want me to put inaudible? Collins. That would be great. Just artificial sweetener and unknown female. We only have powdered cream. Collins. That would be great. Just artificial sweetener and female. We only have powdered cream. Collins. That's fine. That's fine. Luis, do you want any coffee? Simultaneous inaudible speech. Investigator Sanford. So it's all good, man. I know you tried your hardest yesterday. Don't even worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Mr. Collins. Hell, we might try some more. You never know. See, I thought that his ticket was given to him on the way home. That would have been a good point of reference to help narrow down the geography, but it was given to him on the way up. Isom. Correct. Collins. And my son told me it was on the way down. I would have had a whole different strategy if I had known that. Isom. Okay, we did this the other day on September 30th on Friday, and we did a swearing in, okay? I'm just going to read this time, the same exact form, and Mr. Collins is going to explain anything further, and he can look at the form, okay? But before we start that, I just want you to raise your right hand. I am Investigator Craig Isom with the Tallahassee Police Department. I'm conducting an official criminal investigation concerning a homicide. Any false statements about material matters given by a witness under oath will constitute perjury, which is a first-degree misdemeanor, according to Section 837.012 Florida statutes. You already have your right hand raised. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you are about to give me is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Witness. Yes, sir. Isom. You understand that if you knowingly make material misstatements of fact to me during this investigation, you will have committed the crime of perjury? Witness. Yes, sir. Isom. Would you like to review that? Collins. Yes, that's fine. Luis, do you have any questions about what the detective just said? Witness: no, sir. Mr. Collins: okay. You understand that if you don't know the answer to a question, it's okay to say, I don't know. If you don't understand a question, it's okay to say, I don't understand the question. Could you repeat it? All right. Witness: yes, sir. Collins: the most important thing is that you give truthful information, which I know you will. You don't guess. If you need time to think about something, that's okay. If you intentionally tell a story or you give a statement that you know is not truthful, not only will you have committed a crime of perjury, which is really the least of your concerns, the most important thing is you will no longer have a deal, okay? Witness: yes, sir. Collins: all right. Now, we do know that you have immunity, so you know the things that they have asked you about you that they haven't got independent of you, they couldn't use against you. You understand that? But that ain't the deal. The deal is we want to tell the truth and do what's right. Witness: yes, sir. Collins: you understand that's the point. All right. I don't have any further questions in that regard, and the statement is being recorded. Isom: yes. Isom: all right, Luis, the first time that you had a conversation, let me start this because I want to make sure I understand it. Did you ever meet or know or hear of Daniel Markel before this occurred? Answer: no. Question: no. Collins: you got to speak up louder. Witness: if I heard about him? Isom: did you ever hear of him? Answer: no, not at all. Question: never heard of him, never knew anything about him? Answer: no, sir. Question: no one has ever mentioned that name before? Answer: no, sir, not at all. Question: what about Wendy Adelson? Answer: don't know her either. Question: anybody else by the last name of Adelson? Answer: no, sir. Question: okay, when is the first time, if you can recall, when you first understood that you were going to come to Tallahassee? Because my understanding is you have never been to Tallahassee before. Answer: never been up here. Question: okay, what was the circumstances of the first that caused you to come to Tallahassee the very first time? Answer: the first time we was coming up here, I thought we were going to come up here and rob somebody, you know? So when I get in the car, that's when Garcia told me what we are coming up here for. We are coming up here to kill somebody. Question: so before you got in the car, you had a conversation with Sigfredo Garcia? At my house. Question: Tudo? Answer: yeah. Question: at your house? Answer: uh-huh. Question: and he says he wants you to go with him to Tallahassee? Answer: yeah. Question: to do a drug robbery? Answer: that my understanding when he was talking to me first, I thought it was going to be like a robbery. Question: just a robbery? Answer: I thought it was going to be a simple robbery. But then as we kept going on talking about it, that's when he told me, listen, I got to come out here for a job. I'm fixing to get hired. We getting hired, but to kill somebody. Question: and you already left? Or is that before you? Answer: no, I was still in my house. Question: okay. Answer: then I rented a car. We got in the car, and he took the inaudible out of there. We were going to come up here. I'm going to kill this guy. You are going to get paid this much, $35,000. So I looked at him. I said, you know, that's a little bit of money. But all right, whatever, let's drive. We're driving. He showed me a picture of Markel. That's the first time I seen a picture of him and I heard about his name because he told me his name. This is the guy we are going to see. His name is Markel. I'm like, I don't need the name. Forget about the name because I'm not going to remember the fucking name. Just show me the picture. And I just seen the picture and I looked at him. We drove up here, came up here the first night. We rented a hotel. Question. I hate to interrupt you, but I do. I want to make sure we're talking about the first trip. Answer. The first trip. Question. And you rented the car? Answer. No. That car was not under my name. Question. Okay. Is it a rental car or is it? Answer. A rental car. Question. It is a rental car. Who rented the car? Answer. It was Garcia. He came with the car. Question. He came with the car? Answer. Yeah, he came with the car. By Investigator Sanford. To your place? Answer. He came. I was to my homegirl's house. Question. Who was that? Answer. Rochelle. He picked me up and I left. He was like, yo, what's up? Boom. Question. So he called you, said, I'm coming to get you, or what happened? Answer. He already told me the story. He rented a car and came and picked me up that same day. Question. Okay. Answer. He's like, yo, I'm on my way. He picked me up. I got in the car. I left, went into my house, changed up, got in the car, and we drove. It was like a Wednesday night. I think Wednesday. It was Wednesday. By Investigator Isom. Question. You knew that the purpose of him renting the car was to drive to Tallahassee with it? Answer. Yes, sir. Question. So he already told you I'm going to rent a car, or he shows up and says, I rented a car? Answer. No. He said, I got to rent a car. He already rented a car. He said, I am going to go rent a car. I will be back later. Question. So you knew that the story, the first version, is that you are coming up here to rob somebody and he was going to go rent a car? Answer. Yeah. Question. But it changed to murder before or after he rented the car? Answer. No, before he rented the car. Remember, we was at the house speaking about it. Question. It's got to be down. I got to get it off. Answer. I don't want you to get me confused and throw me back and forth. Question. Exactly. I'm trying not to. Answer. I'm trying to be straight up. Collins. Detective Isom, do you care if I might ask a question that I think may help? Isom. Go ahead. Collins. Not right now. I just need. Isom. No, absolutely. Collins. Okay, I'm fine right now. Isom. And I definitely want him to go through the whole story. But I'm afraid if we get too far down the road and there is a fact that. Collins. I agree. Isom. That's all. Collins. When things don't make sense or add up, we got to stop. We have got to stop and get to it, okay? Mr. Collins. How long was it? You said initially thought that this was going to be a robbery. What gave you that idea? Why did you think it was going to be a robbery? Answer. Because I'm a jack boy. Okay. I rob drug dealers, so my thinking. Okay, so he was talking in terms of a job in Tallahassee? Uh-huh. So I'm thinking we are fixing to go. Okay, boom. But then like, man, it's not that. I'm fixing to go kill somebody. We're going to get hired. Question. Okay, and this was before he went and rented the car? Answer. Before he rented the car. Question. Okay, so when he got the car, it was either in his name or somebody else's name? Answer. I don't know whose name was it, but he came through with the car to my homegirl's house. I was there drinking that night. I jumped in the car, went home. Question. What kind of car was it? Answer. It was like a black Nissan. Question. Okay. Answer. It was a Nissan. Question. And what date was this, as best you remember? Answer. I don't remember the date, man. Question. Do you remember the month and the year? Answer. The month had to be like June or July. Question. Okay. Answer. The year was 2014. Question. Okay. And he showed you a picture of Markel? Answer. Of Markel. Question. And said y'all were going to go kill him? Answer. Uh-huh. Question. Now, were you the one that he was intending to go do the murder, or why were you even involved? Answer: because he told me he trusts me. He said, I trust you, and you're the only one I trust. Question: but were you the one he was hiring to do the murder? Because I don't understand why you need two people to commit a murder. Answer: they were hiring him. Question: okay. Answer: they were hiring him. Question: okay. Answer: they were not hiring me, they were hiring him. He said he was going to pay me to go with him because he didn't want to go by himself. Question: okay. Isom: was Rochelle present when you discussed this with him? Answer: no, not at all, nobody. It was just me and him. Question: but it was at Rochelle's house? Answer: no, it was at my house. Question: okay. Answer: he picked me up at Rochelle's house. I was drinking. Hey, where are you at? I said, I'm here over at Rochelle's house. Come slide through and pick me up. So when he picked me up, I said, all right, let's go to my house. I'm fixing to go change because I had on shorts. So I put on long pants and a long sleeve. And I said, all right, let's ride. Got in the car and he drove. I was on the passenger side. I was rolling a blunt and we drove. I was drinking the whole night going that way. That's it. And when we got to Tallahassee, we were like, oh, we need to rent a hotel. Investigator Sanford: hold on. Before you get too far, where was Rochelle living at the time he picked you up? Answer: by my house, like a block away from my house on 135th and 16th. Okay. 135th and 16th. Collins: I'm sorry to interrupt. Sanford: that's okay. Sanford: do you know what time you left? Answer: like 10 at night. 10 at night. Question: at night. So y'all drove through the night? Yeah. All the way through the night and got in the next morning? Answer: I got here like around 5 in the morning. Okay. I believe it was an 8-hour drive. Question: okay, did y'all stop anywhere on the way? Answer: yeah, we stopped in like a rest area, something like that, to take a piss and keep on driving. That's about it, yeah. Question: okay, y'all get gas anywhere? Answer: gas, yeah, we got gas and kept going. How did you pay for the gas? Cash. All cash? Yeah, he had cash. They gave him like $5,000, $2,000 in his pocket, and he kept it. We came up here and rented a hotel in cash. Mr. Collins: what was the hotel? Do you remember? Answer: I don't remember. I forgot the name of the hotel. Investigator Sanford: the one you drove was fine. You saw it. You said that was the first place you stayed at? Answer: the first hotel I took you to, that one, yeah. I stayed there twice when we came up here. Collins: okay, I don't want to jump ahead of y'all. Mr. Collins: but at some time you meet some other people while you're up here? Answer: yeah. Fredo met some guy that night he rented a hotel. Sanford: was he a black gentleman? Yeah, it was a crackhead. Tell us about him. Tell us how that happened. Answer: so the crackhead pulled up. Hey, man, what's up, man? I don't got no ID, man. You'll do me a favor and rent me a hotel? I'll give you $20. Yeah. I'll take the $20 right now. So he went, gave him $20, rented a hotel. We stayed there that night. I think the room was 110 or 109. Mr. Collins: were y'all doing drugs in the room? Isom: and just to make sure, I just want to make sure this is on record. 110 or 109 he has already driven us by, and that is the Budget Inn on Wadsworth in Tennessee. Collins: okay. Witness: yeah, when I got to the room, we were doing drugs. We had powder, we had beer, but we had a bottle. He had a bottle in his pocket. We were drinking. We had a bottle. We was chilling all night. I probably went to sleep around 3. I woke up around 7 in the morning. I think it was 7 the next morning. But We got there by that time. We slept for a little bit. Checkout was at 11. We leave, went by Markel's house, went around him, went straight to his house. I parked by the park, like where I showed y'all at. I parked there for a little bit to see if he was going to come out. When he came, I seen the car. I know when I scoped the car out, that's that guy right there. I seen a white male in the car. He was like, yeah, that's him. Let's follow him. So we followed him all the way to the school. He dropped his kid off. Boom, I lost him. I guess he was going to the gym that morning. Mr. Collins: how do you know what kind of car he is driving? Answer: because Sigfredo told me the car. Question: Sigfredo told you the car? Answer: he said he has got a black Nissan. Question: okay. Answer: no tints. He already showed me the picture. Question: so Sigfredo supplied you a picture of Markel? Answer: uh-huh. Question: which is the target? Answer: yes, sir. Question: and has also told you a type of car that he drives? Answer: yes, sir. Question: does he tell you where that information came from? No, sir. He just showed me a piece of paper with his name, and I believe that paper had the address, but I remember seeing his face, and so the paper had to have the address. Question: was it typed or was it handwritten? Answer: no, it was like that. Question: typed? Answer: yes. Mr. Collins: when he said it was a Nissan, did he say it was a Nissan or did he say it was a black 4-door or 2-door? Answer: no, he told me it was a 4-door Nissan. Okay. Just like the car we had, but just in black. Question: okay. Investigator Sanford: let's back up a little bit further. You said they gave him $5,000. Tell us about that. What did he say? Where did he get the money from? Answer: he said he got the money from the lady. He still haven't told me her name yet. He said, I got the money from the lady. Well, his wife gave him the money. So Katie gave him the money. But he told me about the lady. He told me, the lady got the money. She's going to pay us. So, all this driving around and talking to him about the money, I told him we should just go rob her. That was my intention. Fuck this guy. I don't got nothing against that guy. I don't even know that guy, especially after he told me about what it was for the 2 kids. He told me, because I asked him, why are you going to go kill this guy? Because the lady wants her 2 kids back. She wants full custody of them kids because he had all the custody. That was the plan. That was the deal. So that's what we went to go kill that man for. Question: how did Tudo know all this? Answer: Katie. I guess Katie told him everything. Katie told him everything. And then... Question: but you are just guessing that. You don't know that for sure, do you? Answer: no, that's for sure. For sure, Katie told him everything. By Investigator Sanford: right. How do you know that? How do you know Katie told him? Answer: because he stayed talking to Katie on the phone. Hey, babe. Hey, what's going on? Hey, the lady is going to have... Are you sure she's going to have the money on time? Tell her don't play with it because we will show up at her house. Tell her she better have that fucking money. And he always kept telling her that. Question: because when you went on this trip, were you with Tudo the whole time? Did y'all separate? Y'all were in the same car? Answer: never separate. Stayed in the same hotel, different beds. Question: you were always with him? Yeah. So when he talked to Katie, you would be hearing him talking to Katie? Of course. And you knew it was Katie? I'm right there. He was right here. Mr. Collins: did you know it was Katie because of what he was saying, or could you actually hear her voice? Answer: no, it was Katie. I could hear her voice. I could hear her voice. And you had heard it before? Yeah, I could hear Katie's voice. That's Katie. How many years have you known Katie? I've known Tudo my whole life. Katie, probably 5, 6 years, 7 years, around there. I don't know Katie, I just met her because of Sigfredo. I known Katie maybe well, they have been together 10 years? About that same time. And they have been together however long they have been together. I think it's 10 years. That's how long I known her. Question. Louis, was there any coke usage in the hotel that night? Answer. Yeah, every day it was coke. Question. But I'm talking about that night that you said some crackhead signed for the room? Uh-huh. Was that guy also bringing drugs to you all, or just a crackhead? Answer. No, not him. He just rented the hotel. I never seen him again. Question. Okay, was there any other people you met that night? Answer. That night it was. The next night, the next day. Question. The next night, okay. Answer. I stayed there for 3 days. Collins. Okay, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I just wanted witness. I stayed there for 3 days. Isom. You're catching up. Collins. Yeah. Witness. The next day we met a guy in I think it was a gray or blue Chevy 4-door. He was in the back trying to serve some people up. So we spot him. I said, man, go ask that guy. I bet you he got the coke. So Sigfredo asked him, hey man, what's up? You can get me some coke? Yeah. Man, we need a 40. We got it. We kept buying from him. That same night, we were just hanging out. We were just doing coke, hanging out. When I came back, every time I came back, we would meet up with this guy. Isom. Every time you came back? Answer. Every time. Investigator Sanford. How did you meet up with him? Answer. Sigfredo had his number. We found him one time driving when we came up here in the Prius. That day that he shot the fucking Prius, we seen him that same day, maybe half an hour before that happened. And that's when we bumped into him. And we asked him, hey, what's up, man? We need some powder. We go follow him somewhere to go get some coke. He was with a group of people. He was like, all right, let me go drop these people off, and then we will go over there. As we were following him, that's when he shot the car, and we had that mechanical problem in the car. Question. Who shot the car? Answer. Garcia. Question. We'll have to get into that. That's not the same day that you first got there, right? No. Let's try to, I know it's a lot of information. Answer. That same night, I was just up here scoping him out. We ain't doing nothing. Came down here following him for 2 days. After that, like that Friday, we were gone. We was here from Wednesday to Friday the most. I was gone. That was it. I just come out here, scoped him out. We could see what he was about, where he go, what his routes. But every time he go to the daycare, I lose him because it used to take so long. I'm like, man, this guy never came back out. And then when I go drive back, the car was never there. Question. Okay. Answer. So we ended up going back to the hotel and hanging out, just hanging out, and we partying. We was out here partying. Then we would do the same thing the next morning. We would wake up and try to follow him all over again to the same daycare. That's all. We already knew where he lived. What was the use of him following this guy? I said, why do you keep following this guy if you know where he lived? Isom. You're in the passenger seat? Yeah, I was in the passenger seat at that time. You know, he was following. That was it. That night was over. It was a done deal that night. That night that I came up in the car, that's when everything happened. I drove. Question. Let's don't get into that yet. Hold on a second. We still need to get through that first trip. He tells you what it's about. He shows you this picture. And you're getting this information on the way up and while you're already here, or he already has the full story and he is double checking with her on the phone? Answer. He told me the story already at my house. It was just me and him in the house by ourselves, told me everything. Question. That the guy has 2 kids and the woman wants the kids back? Answer. Yes, sir. Question. Does he say the woman's name then? Answer. Not at all. Question. And does he say anything? Does he bring up Katie at all when you're at the house? Yeah. Down in Miami? Answer. I asked him, who's fucking hiring you? He was like, Katie told me this lady is going to hire me, but I want you to go with me. And they weren't hiring me, they were hiring him. Question, right? Answer. So he said, I'm going to break you off. I will give you 35 grand. And I said, all right, for the drive, all right, fuck it. I will take the drive. Question. So you're just backup? Answer. I was just backup, just driving. Question. Okay. Answer. That was the whole deal. I'm just driving. Question. So he's saying Katie is the person between the woman who wants this done. Answer. Katie is the one in the middle doing everything. Put it like that. Question. Okay. And that's what he tells you? Uh-huh. Okay. And then you hear her over the phone because you don't meet with her before y'all leave. Answer. I never met with her. Question. Okay. And you hear her over the phone and you told Mr. Collins just now that you were sitting as close as you two were? Answer. Yeah, like this. Question. And you can hear and recognize her voice? Of course. And she is saying specifically what? When he is talking to her, what? Just give me an idea of what he is saying. Answer. Oh, when he is talking, she's like, yo, get up there quick. Make sure you do everything right. Don't do nothing stupid. Look at the house. You got the paper. I know you have. Well, he had the paper. Question. Where did the paper come from? Answer. See that? I can't tell you where the paper came from. Question. That's fine. If you can't tell us, that's fine. Answer. He had the paper. He showed me the paper. So I don't know where the paper came from, but just like I told you, it's black and white like that. But I can hear her saying, like, make sure you do everything, get done right. When you're done, call me. Boom. It was like maybe like a 2-3 second conversation, hung up. And he said, man, you ready? I said, man, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's ride. And we drove the whole time up there. He talked to her once, I guess she told him, don't be calling me so much. Question. She said that? Answer. She said, just call me when you're finished. She thought it was going to happen that same night that we went up there. Question. First trip? Answer. First trip. But I didn't let that shit happen. Man, I ain't doing shit. I was still like, my mind was like, for some kids? We're going to kill this guy for some fucking kids? Are you serious? Why can't she just get full custody? Mr. Collins. Luis, were you hired by Garcia to do the job? Answer. Yeah, Garcia paid me. Question. I know, but you were just the ride-along, or were you actually going to be the trigger man? I don't know why he paid you so much money for a ride. Answer. I was just a ride-along. He goes, come with me. And as we're going, at one point he tells me, you should go in there and kill him. I said, nah, dog. Question. Luis, if the truth is that you were... Answer. That's the truth. I told you. I'm not going to change my story. Question. Okay. Isom. He did. Witness. I told him the story. Collins. All right. Witness. He asked me, you know what? You should go in there and kill him. You should go in the house and kill him. I said, I am not going... By Mr. Collins. Why would he want you to go in there and kill him? Does he believe you have killed people in the past? Answer. That's what he thinks. Question. Have you ever killed people in the past? Answer. Not in my life, sir. Question. You know you're under oath? Answer. Yeah, never in my life. I will hold my hand up. I ain't never in my life killed nobody. Question. Okay. Answer. I done beat people with bats, hit them with sticks and shit like that. Investigator Isom. But you had mentioned before that the first trip was the intent that you were going to do the shooting? Answer. Yeah, he thought I was going to do the shooting. I wouldn't have enough balls to fucking shoot somebody for some kids, man, so I didn't do it. Question. But maybe what about for $30-some thousand? Answer. I couldn't do it. I didn't even brought the gun. That's how crazy it is. Question. But you had the gun the first time. The gun came from you or from... Answer. Yeah, the gun came from me. Question, the first trip? Answer, I gave him the gun, he grabbed it, he cleaned it up with alcohol, cleaned it up, and he hold it the whole time. Question, but we're talking about the first trip? Answer, the first trip, I had the gun in the hotel. Question, the first trip, you supplied the gun? Answer, yeah, I supplied the gun. Question, okay. The second trip, did you supply the gun? Answer, yeah, it's the same gun. Question, the first, describe the gun the first trip. Answer, it's a 38. Question, I'm not trying to confuse you, I'm confused. Collins, yeah, and it happens. Witness, it's a 38 Smith & Wesson short nose, the same gun we came up with. The same gun we came up with the first time. We came up with 2 guns. Sanford, you came up with 2 guns? Answer, yeah. The last time we were talking, I meant to tell you, but he had 20 minutes, and I'm like, I told Chuck, man, I got to tell him, I don't want to make no mistake. We came up with 2 guns. There was a blue steel long-nosed Taurus and a 38. Question, who had what? Answer, there was 2 guns. Question, you had them both? Who had them? Answer, no, both was in the car stashed. Question, okay. Answer, you know what I'm saying? And I said, I am going to keep one because you never know what's going to happen. I really didn't trust Garcia. I didn't know if he was going to fucking kill me or if it was the inaudible kill me. So I was prepared for whatever. Question, you grew up with this kid. He'd never kill you. Answer, man, you go kill somebody and then you're drugged up, man, and then you shoot the fucking car. Question, well, that's true. He did shoot the car, so I... Answer, come on, shit. Question, well, I forgot about that part, but I mean, would he intentionally shoot you? Answer, maybe. Be like, you know what? Kill this guy. This guy might snitch on me. Boom. Let me kill him too. Let me get him out of the way and let me steal all the money. Question, I've seen that before. Okay. So the blue steel long nose? Answer, long nose blue steel. It was a Taurus. Question, Taurus 38. Answer, and a 38 Smith & Wesson was the black one? Question, short? Answer, short nose. That's the one he... Mr. Collins, can we take a short break just for a second? We're not going anywhere. I just want to go off the record for a second, if we can, if it's all right. Okay, so I think it's time to maybe end this soon. I do have to get going to another meeting, but I'd like to address some of the nice people out there in the chat box. So this whole thing is 133 pages long, so maybe it'll take 2 more live streams and hopefully have the help of somebody else. Hey, Fancy Fiction, thank you for being here. Love all that you're doing, bringing more attention to the whole Dan Markel case. Hi, Angela. Okay, Burn the Witch. Yeah, lots of great videos on Fancy Fiction's YouTube channel. And thank you, Maui Swift. Okay. Hi, Jen. Oh, for sure. I love looking at all angles of cases, anything that's possible. It's a slow road to justice to get the Adelsons in silver cups. Isn't Judy funny? Love her when she speaks in another vernacular. Well, yeah, it was always fun to act when I was younger, but, I knew I wasn't going to make it as a real actress. So, okay, love the video depicting that map of her Wendy Adelson drive. Jen, I appreciate your question. Keeping an open mind is good. Like what we are not thinking about that maybe we should be. Okay, off the chain. I was just repeating exactly what Lewis was saying according to the transcript. So, yeah. Okay, right, Jen. It's a conspiracy that was planned by smart people. So your line of thinking is totally normal. I just have spent so much time on this, maybe too much. Yeah. I mean, I guess based on who's in the chat right now, I think we're all pretty much addicted to the case and just really wanting justice for Dan. So that's why on a Friday afternoon, we are paying attention to a transcription of an interview from 2016. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. thank you guys. I think I'll take a look at the comments later because I have to get going to another meeting and stuff, and things have been really busy with work lately. Yeah, thank you guys for being here, and hopefully I will continue reading this maybe next Wednesday or Thursday. Depends on my whole work schedule, and hopefully Dawn or Remy or Tony will be able to help out too. Yeah, thank you guys. I hope you have a good weekend. And so thanks for your interest in the case, and I'll go ahead and end it then. See you next time.